I'm Tiffany Rao. I first became aware of the Make-A-Wish Foundation in 1988 when they showed up at my front door and asked what I wanted to wish for. My original prognosis was 3 to 6 months, but it's been 27 years. I have a history of severe idiopathic aplastic anemia, which is basically complete bone marrow failure. I was diagnosed in 1984, the age of 11, and had entered a tenuous remission and relapsed freshman year in high school. I wished to dance with Michael Jackson. I'd grown up in dance, I'd been a dancer my whole life. I felt that the way he connected with the world and understood the world was through dance. They were honest and said, gosh, okay, let's see what we can do. Then one day I was sitting in my high school lunchroom and the lights went down and the man in the mirror came over the PA system and a Michael Jackson impersonator came out in front of my whole lunchroom and danced and lip-synced to Man in the Mirror. And then presented me with the invitation to come to the concert. Just a few weeks later, we were on an airplane headed to Chicago, which was the next stop on his tour. We went to the concert the night we arrived. I went backstage to meet him. He spent the first few minutes of our conversation saying, I actually can't, really? Like, you could have done anything? You wanted to meet me? And he meant it. It was just it was amazing. So he was extraordinary, and then we had our picture taken, and I went back out to enjoy the concert. We had great seats, and I thought it was over. About midway through, this huge security guard shows up at the end of my aisle and passes a note down, and it said, Michael Jackson requests your presence on stage. Which clearly, even at 43, has an impact. But so he threw me over his shoulder and put me up on stage, and I danced to the song Bad. And I don't remember what I did. People always ask, and I'm like, I have no idea. I don't remember, but I was changed in that moment. There is something truly elemental about what we do as Make-A-Wish, to allow us as kids who are facing very grown-up circumstances to touch back into what it is to be a kid. And to remember that and to be reminded that it's okay to step outside of sort of your circumstances and have big dreams and was incredible for me. And more than anything, it just made me feel really alive again in a way that I hadn't given myself permission to in a long time. And it has stayed that way for me. It really has. And for 27 years, that wish, that power, that moment has been with me every moment where I get to remember and remind myself that that there is power in hoping, right? It's been transformative for me. I'm Tiffany Rao, and I'm the chair of the National Board Alumni Association.